Okay. Hello here, YouTube. It's Lisa Stade of the YouTube channels Hitler Obsessed and Lisa Stade here. Now I'm gonna do part 2 of, the best Hitler documentaries and biographies you should read. And then I'll go on to part 3 and part 4, hopefully, of the worst ones of worst Hitler documentaries and biographies. Now there's a lot more documentaries I've seen about Adolf Hitler. Some of these ones are gonna kind of turn up in my worst ones and my best ones because those little things I liked in some of the movies and stuff. Another one would be would also be is Inside the Mind of Adolf Hitler. That's a different generational viewpoint of psychology, so you get to hear a lot about psychoanalysis stuff, which is pretty interesting if you're a psych major and also a history buff, which is cool. The historian really had a lot of issues trying to get involved with that book. It's called Inside the Mind of Adolf Hitler. It also goes by the psychopathic god, Adolf Hitler. The historian who actually, or that wanted to make this book, it's based off of an actual historical psychoanalysis on Adolf Hitler by the U.S. government. Tried to consult also a psychologist, just to bring up to date from how, all the psychoanalysis stuff is, yes, at the time this book turned up was out of date. And now they wanted to bring up, more current up to date stuff there. It's interesting about how you can see a lot of how people thought psychologically and viewed psychology and psychiatry and, mental health and stuff. It has a lot of Freudian stuff, so if you're into the weird stuff of Sigmund Freud, okay, I'm not a big fan of Freud. I think his stuff is weird and sounds like the ideas from a crackhead. Interesting because he smoked a lot of cocaine. Interesting fact about one of the founding forefathers of psychology. But they gave us, psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, and was it dream therapy? Or dream treatment, dream interpretation, or whatever? Dream analysis, that's what Freud also gave. So that one's kind of interesting to describe Hitler's childhood and stuff. It's nice that the historian who wrote that book actually brought up that he disliked how a lot of people would kind of let Alois Hitler off the hook for abusing his son, which at least somebody called it out. Yes, his father was abusive. Eventually, somebody got up to the plate and called out the historians for saying, that was that stuff that was going on back then. That's okay. That's a different generation. If it don't feel right and give you good feelings and bad feelings in the pit of your stomach and gut of your stomach, you probably know it's bad, even if it's about Hitler. It was bad back then, it's bad now. Don't do that. At least the historian came up to the plate and called them out about it. That's good. I would give that book some praise there. Another one is the Hitler documentary would be another one was the Dark Charisma of Adolf Hitler, which is about Hitler's charisma and his life and his rise and fall as the German dictator of the Third Reich. So that was a nice, interesting book you could also read. Also, there was Hitler's Empire, which is another one that talks about Hitler's childhood, his rise to power, and then his military empire and his plans in his empire, which is interesting if you want to go into the more military campaign stuff about Hitler. A lot of these books, like I've said, will mention the Holocaust, so I like when you actually keep stuff like that important in a Hitler book. It's when I realize that now if it's a different older generational book, you have to realize that they might not mention it because older generations didn't take that as seriously. Now we do, which is a good thing that our Hitler books that turn up now mention that. But then also, yes, people can be history revisionists and be neo-Nazis too. That's also bad too, and books even back then probably had that issue also. Uh, Another Hitler documentary would be, uh, hmm. Well, another one was the, based off the book, The Psychopathic God Adolf Hitler. That also is the same title of the book also goes by, is Inside the Mind of Adolf Hitler. They have a documentary that you can watch too, also, that's very good, and goes over the book. So if you don't like the book, if you don't like reading, you can watch the documentary for free and take notes. I think it's on YouTube still. Uh, hmm. I know there's, a lot of them, they're really good, like the Amazon's, Hitler Chronicles, another good one that's more, uh, uh, witnesses and testimonies from many different people uh, that are around the time of Hitler's rise to power and his childhood and his fall and death and the Third Reich there. And everyone from, like, the average Joe on the streets of Vienna or Germany, all the way to the higher up Nazi leaders, all the way to people that were persecuted in the Holocaust and the crimes against humanity that the Nazis committed against many of the different minorities. So at least you can understand the different generational understanding. And there's actually a 13-part, I think, series on Amazon. And if you have it, if you have Amazon Prime or Fire Stick, you can watch it, I think, still for free, which is also a good one to watch there too. Uh, So I know that the History Channel also did one documentary back in 2013 called Nazi Gospels. It goes more into detail on the the SS of the Nazi Party, which was a secret service of Hitler. It goes more into their mysticism, esoteric beliefs. Yeah, it's proven fact that Himmler was into that stuff, and it's very weird. Uh, and I don't blame if Himmler was into that stuff for all the evil shit he was involved in the Holocaust too. Uh, we're not going to say everyone that believes in mysticism and the occult's bad. I try to avoid the generalizations, even with a Christian upbringing. I try to avoid the generalizations. When I do history, when I do a history research project, or as a history major and history buff, I have to always remember, leave your opinions at the front door. You may pick them up when you're done. Uh, that's one thing I definitely suggest as another little documentary. It's too bad it doesn't have really a book, I know. Oh well, kind of be nice to see a book on that. But yeah, there's probably books on that. It's probably from friend groups and questionable stuff. Wonder how much of even that documentary, come to think of it, is from questionable conspiracy theorists. Uh, Another one was another World War II documentary would have been any of them that involved the July 20th plot against Hitler. Also pretty good ones too on the history documentaries that you can watch. They're pretty factual. Avoid the movies Valkyrie and Operation Valkyrie for obvious Weinstein issues, and they're just not the best. Never seen a very good July 20th Operation Valkyrie kind of, Hitler's assassination movie yet. I definitely don't think the Nicolas Cage film was the best. It actually made me like the character of Hitler in that movie. I thought he did a good role. It was that bad I liked the villain. And I don't think that's my obsession's fault so much. Another documentary would be, hmm, would be the Nazis, a warning from history. They also have a book, about that. That's the same title. That's also another good one. Uh, it's a good factual Hitler documentary. Kind of more of a Nazi documentary, but definitely Hitler if we're going into that stuff there. Another one would have been the Hitler's Children is also a good one there too, if you want to read that about the lives of many of the Nazi upper class inner circle, big top bigwigs of the Nazi party. They have Himmler, going, not Goebbels, or Mengeler's family. That's Joseph Mengeler's family that was still alive in their lives after the war. So yeah, I can see that. That's a pretty good one there, which is interesting if you want to see what happens to the leaders after the war, being the family members, not the Nazi leaders there. I think any of them that are about the Adolf Eichmann trial is good too. Kind of definitely like the movie. Final Operation, which was another one there. So that was the recent Adolf Eichmann captured from Buenos Aires, or what was it, in Argentina there, being shipped off secretly to Tel Aviv, Israel for his war crime trial in 1970. So that's definitely also a good movie too that you can watch. Downfall is also another good one you can watch too. I think another good one was Empty Mail. That was a very good one. Definitely because it's a weird kind of unique little one there. It also has a lot of weird Carl Jung stuff there, so if you're into that kind of branch of psychology or history of psychology or psychiatry, you could enjoy that if you want to enjoy a Hitler film. I don't think most people would enjoy that, but they're pretty educational. That one's kind of more of a weird one, I think, but thank goodness it doesn't deny any of the crimes against humanity, which is definitely a good thing with my Hitler movies. I like that very much. That they keep to the facts that yes, Hitler did commit genocide. I like those documentaries, because they're factual and truthful and educational. They don't praise the guy, kind of like what I will get into the worst videos about Hitler in part 3 now. Very soon I'm gonna do part 3 here. So, this is Lisa State on YouTube. Become a subscriber to my YouTube channels of Lisa State and Hitler Obsessed. Definitely hit the notification bell icon on my channel. Stay on my videos so YouTube can notify you whenever I have uploaded a new video that's premiered or just uploaded for you to be notified. Definitely like these videos, like this video also. Leave a comment on any of my videos or Lisa Stade, my YouTube channel Lisa Stade, or Hitler Obsessed also. You can leave a comment on this video. You can send me a friend request on Facebook, which is Lisa Stade, or send a comment my way on my Facebook page that is Lisa Stade. You can see my BitChute.com BitChute channel that is Lisa Marie Stade, not Lisa Stade, Lisa Marie Stade. That's my full name smashed into one word. Then I'll be uploading stuff from my Lisa Stade YouTube channel onto that BitChute channel on BitChute.com sometime in the future. And my Hitler Obsessed channel will definitely get a lot of my future history videos too. And I will definitely also upload a. I definitely also. Oh, forgot almost. Uh, Definitely donate to my Patreon and my Subscribe store. So I can actually get some money, and definitely share these videos too with anyone. So, and make sure to tell them to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, so I can get more subscribers, so I can be monetized in the future and get paid for what I do, for providing you with these videos that people definitely enjoy. Let's keep growing this channel. Let's make me a monetized YouTube channel and a future influencer here on YouTube.